Hello. I've got to get my stuff out, so thank you. Thanks for joining my live. I got to pull my tray up a little bit. My name is Joyce Fields. I am 81 years old, and I do these YouTube lives Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. to 5:30 or thereabouts, Monday through Friday. And I share advice. But first, I want to tell you that I am a TikTok live veteran. I have done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives. I did TikTok lives for almost 2 years. And so I have done 500 of them, and I love doing them. And now I did my last TikTok live on August 29th, this couple months ago. And then the way the universe did it, it just, perfect timing. I did my very first YouTube live the following Monday on September 1st, and I love the way that it worked out. So I've got, YouTube says I have 4 people on here. Would you tell me how you learned or found out that I was doing this live? Did you get a message or were you just scrolling? Come on, give me some responses, please. Now they say I got 5 people on here. I want y'all to share this live because I'm going to be sharing advice that will, the name of my lives, all the over 500 that I have done, the name of them is Undifficult Your Life. And I share advice that will help you to do exactly that, undifficult your life. A lot of y'all are making your lives a lot more difficult than they have to be. And so the advice that I share will help you to undifficult your life. I'm 81 years old, and hey, Shelster, I live the advice that I share with y'all. Oh, thank you, Dino. I live the advice that I share with y'all. I'm 81. I have lived this advice since I was about 10, and that's a long time. Yeah, so thank you. So I share 4 pillars of advice. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience, but I always start with the toddlers. So if you are raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Hello, everybody. So pillar number 3, stay calm. Thanks, Robert. Stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose that power when you become angry, frustrated. And a lot of you can feel it when you're losing that power because you start blubbering and you start frantically moving and, you lost control, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to tell you how to stay calm. And I'm going to give you a lot of tips, a lot of pieces, pillars, that's what I call them, pillars of advice that will help you to undifficult your life. That's the title of my lives, Undifficult Your Life. So that's pillar number 3. And then in all of the pillars that I'm going to be sharing with y'all, I do what I call helpful hand visuals. And I call them that because one of my viewers this year, it was on a TikTok live, because I've only been doing YouTube lives since September 1st. Hey, Papa New Guinea. So the viewer's name, her name was Jessie Knott, and she said, quote, These visuals are so helpful, unquote. Now, she was talking about the gestures that I do with my hands in combination with the words that are coming out of my mouth. And I have been gifted. Now, all the God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, gave all of us gifts. Your gift is typically going to be something that you do well and something that you enjoy. Okay, so you have to sit down and think about what your gift is if you don't know. And one of my gifts, and some people have more than one gift, and I do. I have more than one gift from the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power. And it is using these helpful hand visuals, and Spirit gives them to me. I don't make them up. Using these helpful hand visuals to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, examples, and I can communicate that using the helpful hand visual as well as the words coming out of my mouth to communicate from my mind to y'all's mind. Hey, Sweden. So a lot of y'all sitting there right now be talking about how you got to see it to believe it. Well, let me tell you, I have been doing these helpful hand visuals since January. And during the months of January all the way up till August 29th, I was doing TikTok lives 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday. And a lot of people have talked about what these helpful hand visuals do. So a lot of you are going to say you're going to have to see it to believe it. Well, if you hang around, you will see it, and believe me, you will believe it because Spirit gives it to me. Now, there are only 4 pillars. And the 4th one is, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, or all of that ugly stuff. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. You got to hang around and then you'll hear that. Now, on my lives, I do not tolerate religion. So don't talk about Jesus or the Bible. Or politics. Religion and politics are totally off limits. If you put up a comment like that about religion or politics or the Bible or anything like that, my moderators will take care of that. Now, I'm telling y'all right now, I have no use for religion or politics. I talk to God all day, and God ain't got no religion. You see? And when I found out that religion, King James Version of the Bible, he paid for the translation of it. I was through with that stuff, okay? So, no religion, no politics. Now, on to the 4th pillar. I just told y'all, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, or whatever ugliness is inside of you. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Now, I'm talking about these pillars of advice that will help you to undifficult your life. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat it. That's pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask y'all a question. YouTube says that I have 112 people on this live right now. Please share the live, y'all, because I'm telling you right now, I am going to be sharing advice with y'all that I know works. I know that the advice works. I'm 81 years old. I've been using this advice since I was about 10. And I tell my man all the time that I live a virtually stress-free life. I live an enchanted life. That's what I tell him. And speaking of my man, Me and my man have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. 68 years. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary on June 3rd. We've been together for 68 years since we were both 13 years old. Okay? He turned 82 in September, and I turned 81 on February 4th. And let me tell you, I am thrilled, delighted, ecstatic, over the moon, happy to be 81 years old. I look in the mirror and I say, girl, you 81 years old. I can't believe it myself. I love my life. And I'm telling you right now, I live a virtually stress-free life. And the advice that I share, the 4 pillars that I share, will help y'all, a lot of y'all, to do the same thing. So now I was talking about the fact that me and my man have been together for 68 years. I'm going to show y'all a picture of us when we were 25 years old. That's 1969. We were 25 years old. There it is. Okay. It blows my mind too, y'all. I do not take it for granted. Now I'm going to show you this picture. This was last year. We were both 80 years old. This was on our 57th wedding anniversary. I think it's amazing too. It blows my mind, y'all, for real. So now we are both 80 on this picture. That's our 57th wedding anniversary. Yeah, 80. Now here's what I like to do. Look, 25 and 80 blows my mind. I know that it's a blessing. Me and Pap talk about it all the time, and his real name is Fred. Yeah, we've been together for 68 years. I had to write a book about relationships, so I'll tell y'all about. I'm an author as well. So now I was telling y'all, I'm going to say something. I'm going to ask you a question. Yeah, it is. Back to the positive attitude. You choose to have a positive attitude. Now I'm going to ask you this question. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? The books are available at goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. I'm going to talk about it for a very few minutes, a little bit later in my live. At least 85, 90% of my live is spent discussing or sharing the advice about the 4 pillars that are definitely going to help you to undifficult your life. So the books are really flying off the shelves, y'all, because people are coming onto my lives and they are learning about the books. So now, back to the question that I was going to ask you. There are only 2 attitudes that you can have, a negative attitude or positive attitude. That's it. There is not a third attitude. Somebody said neutral. That's not, It's either positive or negative. And if you're going to be like in the middle, that's where you want to be, you're going to lean one way or the other. Okay? So I'm going to clarify all of this advice for y'all. And like I said, I've been gifted to be able to communicate it clearly from my mind to y'all's mind. Okay? So only 2 attitudes that you can have. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? A negative attitude or a positive attitude? Do you consciously think about that? Come on, y'all, give me some responses. Yes or no? Some people do, but a lot of people don't. Give me some responses. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? Come on. Okay. Thank you. Silent. Wonderful. Only 2 attitudes that you can have. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. In my 81 years of living, this is what I have observed. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. You don't choose to have one. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice. Share the live, y'all. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. The advice that I'm sharing with y'all, it works for real. And it's 4 pieces that I'm going to be sharing. And I'm sure that you will find all 4 of them, at least 1 or 2 or 3, or all 4. I say all 4. You're going to find all 4 of them helpful because I'm going to explain all 4 of them, and you will be able to use all 4 of them immediately if you so choose. So, if you don't choose to have a positive attitude is a deliberate choice that you make. A positive attitude is an intentional choice that you make. It's an on-purpose choice that you make. And if you don't intentionally, deliberately, on purpose, choose to have a positive attitude, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. Almost certainly. Because a positive attitude is a deliberate choice. You have to choose to have it. And here is the way you choose to have a positive attitude. You write a program. Come on, y'all, share. And subscribing is free. Subscribing is free. Subscribing is not free on TikTok, but subscribing is free here on YouTube. And share it, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. So now, when you choose to have a positive attitude, this is the way you do it. You write a program. The way you write a program is you say it out loud. And I don't care who is around you, because it gives you an opportunity to spread positivity. Here's the program that you write and say out loud. Oh, and there are people who say you say it in your mind. When you write your programs, you say it in your mind. So Joyce Fields is telling you to say it out loud. The reason why, when you say it only in your mind, that's just one element that you're using. One. Just one. When you say it out loud, you are invoking 3 elements. You're bringing them in. You speak it out of your mouth. You hear what you say with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. You see? So you say the program out loud. And here is the program that you write and that you say out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Thank you, Sonny. Sonny. Silent. Thank you. I'm going to repeat that. Here is the program that you write and say out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on the path to do exactly that. When you have a positive attitude, portals, windows, doors, all kinds of things open up to you. I know y'all have heard the saying about what you put out is what comes back. It's the law of attraction. If you put out positive, positive is going to come back to you. But you have to deliberately choose to make that choice. And the program that you write says, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means from this point forward, and you can say it out to your family and friends at that. Don't throw up in my face how my attitude was last week or yesterday or 5 minutes ago. Don't throw that up in my face, because from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You see? And a positive attitude is a lifelong process. When you say that program, it's like you put a plug. I'm doing a helpful hand visual right now. It's like you put a plug in your hand. That's what your positive attitude is. So you plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul. And it electrifies you. It kicks you into gear. It makes you a much more vibrant part of your own life. That's what a positive attitude does for you. It's truly worth it. Now, nothing good ever comes from a negative attitude. Can you think? I can't think of anything good that has ever come from a negative attitude. You see? So, work on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. Now, I'm going to be getting ready to do another helpful hand visual. So, on the count of 3, I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. Share the live, y'all. I would love to be able to tell a whole lot more people. Please share this with a whole lot more people. So now, here's what a negative attitude looks like. These are people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand that. I can't stand this. Complain, complain, complain. Now, in the meantime, what my hands are doing, they are symbolizing positive elements always are flying through the universe, constantly flying through the universe. But they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see? Now, when you write that program, when you say it out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Here is what happens. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. You see? What was flying over your head? You raised your frequency. You raised your vibration. What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. Did I illustrate that to the point where y'all understood it? Did I explain that accurately or clearly from my mind to y'all's mind? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I have 165 people on here. Come on. Oh, thanks, Janine. Come on, give me some more responses. Good. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that was good. Thank you. All right, good. See, I told y'all that's my gift from God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power. And we all have gifts. All you got to do is sit down. If you don't know what your gift is, you sit down. Oh, the illustration was perfect. Good. I felt it all over my. Oh, that's wonderful. I got it that time. Papa's asleep right now, and when he gets up, I read the screenshots to him. So now, where was I? I'm always about positive attitude and negative attitude. Okay, I told you, I showed you how when you have a positive attitude, what happens is when you write that program, it raises your frequency, it raises your vibration. You're no longer at that lower frequency, at that lower vibration. So now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you. But not to worry, because like I already told you, a positive attitude is a choice. You can make it at any minute of your life. You don't have to make it right now. You can. Some people in my lives have chosen to. They'll put in the comment. From now on, I'm going the pillar number 1, the statement pillar number 1. From now on, I will be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. So they'll put it in the comments. So that is. Now, when the words, like I was telling you, you don't have to worry about if you had a negative attitude before you came on to this live. or yesterday or last week, because you make that choice. You choose to have a positive attitude. It's real simple. Now, these words are like describing like personality characteristics or personality traits. Come on, y'all, share the live. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. I keep saying that. Yeah, because it doesn't cost me a thing. I'm sitting here. I love doing these lives. I love sharing this advice with y'all. And it's appreciated because on my TikTok page, and I'm still doing my TikTok page, I'm only doing my lives here on YouTube, but I still post to TikTok every day, just about every day. And I have almost 54,000 followers. No, not almost, because it's 53.3. I just looked at it. 53.3, so that's not almost 54,000. So, but hey, I'm 81 years old. I never expected to have 1,000 followers. So people appreciate my content and the advice that I share. And I have very useful content, very practical content, very impactful content on my TikTok page. A lot of it, too. Now, if you want to go over there, my TikTok username is JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields, and the number 7. So if you want to go over there, you can check out. I have a lot of very useful content. So now here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And like I said, it might be you. But you can change from a negative attitude to a positive attitude at any minute of your life. Now here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Back up to the top. Share the live, y'all. The first word is anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who's full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who's full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative. I'm coming back up to that one, but I'm going to move to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the one who is the liar? Are you the one who is the dishonest one? That is negative too. Back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you are full of resentment and if you hold grudges against other people, come on, y'all, share the live. I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard. And that is this: you are living in the past. You are living in the past because you are holding on to something that happened, past tense. There is nothing that the people who did that to you can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. It happened already. It's already over with. And you're holding on to something that happened in the past. Nothing can be done about it. You must forgive them. You understand? You must forgive them, because when you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold on to resentment, when you hold on to grudges, I call all of that stuff the anger, the envy, the sorrow, the regret, the grief, the guilt, all of that. Not grief, that's not one of the words. I was just reading it. So, greed is. So, those are what I call uglies, the uglies. And the uglies only damage the person who holds on to them. That makes a whole lot of sense to me. If you're holding on to all of these ugly things, they are affecting you. They're not affecting the person or persons that you're holding the resentment toward or the grudges against. Now, open your eyes. I want you to look around you, and it might be you. Most people who are full of resentment and unforgiveness and holding grudges, most of them are on pharmaceutical medications. They are not in good health, and they are not aging well. You see, most of them. And that might be you as well. Now, you must forgive because you are creating what I call an invisible internal burden on your cells, on your spirit, on your soul, on your blood, on your organs. So a lot of people are on these pharmaceutical meds and, you know, it might be you're holding on to resentment and grudges and ugliness. So think about that. You must forgive. That is the only way you do to lead you onto a more healthy path for your life. And I don't care who it was or what they did. You must forgive. A lot of people on my lives come up with, oh, yeah, but what if it was this? And what if it was? No, it's an absolute. You must forgive. If you are carrying it around, you're not damaging them. You're not punishing them. You're punishing you. Like I told you, you look around you. Most people who carry grudges and unforgiveness and it's just ugliness, they are not in the best of health. Okay, so you must forgive. A lot of people will say forgive and forget. Hell no. Hell no, you don't ever forget. You would be a total idiot to do that. You don't forget, but you do forgive. You must forgive for your own sake. I hope I explained that to you because you're damaging yourself. So you forgive, I don't care who it was or what they did. You must forgive. Now, I told y'all I'm 81 years old. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as a text message, email, a video call. We didn't have that kind of stuff. You can forgive by using any of those technologies. But if you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, oh, by the way, when you forgive, it doesn't mean you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But it can mean that if everybody agrees, that's a wonderful thing. You know, love is much better. So that's a wonderful thing if that's the case. But you can use any of those technologies to forgive them. Send them a text message or whatever. But now, here's the here's the kicker. If you don't ever want to have anything else to do with them, not ever again in your life, you can forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power. God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened. It knows about it. It knows. It was there. So, now here's something that I say in all my lives, every live that I do, because I get such a tremendous response. I'm going to ask you this question, but first I'm going to make the statement. Your higher power or the universe or whatever you call your higher power sees everything you do right now. Here's everything you say right now. Reads your thoughts right now. Okay, now I'm going to ask you this question. Did my making that statement to y'all, did it shake you into bringing your consciousness there to realize, and you already probably knew it anyway, the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now. Now, here's the question, and I am amazed at how many yeses I get. Here is the question. Did my saying that to you bring that to more to the forefront of your mind, and you're going to think about what you do, say, and think more clearly, more emphasis on that? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Oh, thank you. Come on, give me some responses. No, I don't have Cash App. I got PayPal and Zelle, and the information is in my profile. Thank you for the thought. I appreciate it. Okay, come on. Give me some responses, y'all. Wow, you have changed my life. Wow. That's amazing. So this is what I'm telling you. I live a virtually stress-free life. I tell Pap that all the time. Wow. So that's what I say. I am amazed that I get so many yeses. Yes. Wow, that's beautiful. That's why I do this, y'all. Hey, Kyle. Yeah, no religious stuff and no politics on my lives. I don't believe in neither one. Okay. Good, good. So now, all right. Now, I was telling y'all, you can say it out loud. See, I rewind and then I remember where I was. I sniff rosemary all day long. So it's supposed to help with your memory. And so I really think that it's working. I've been sniffing rosemary, the dry herb. I've been sniffing rosemary for, I don't know, like a couple of years, every single day. So, and I think it really does work to help you with your memory, you know, so I can go back. I usually can come back and pick up where I was. Like right now, I remember where I was. I was talking about you can say it out loud to the universe, you see. And I'm going to give y'all 4 examples. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Say it out loud to the universe. Remember, I told you the universe was there when the mess happened to you. The universe, God, or whatever you call your higher power, sees everything you do, hears everything you say, and reads your thoughts right now, every minute. So now, here's what you say out loud to the universe. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat that. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. That's right. Now you use your hand like I did mine. That symbolizes your touching the universe, your touching spirit. You see? I'm going to repeat it. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. The universe knows. Now, I'm going to give y'all 4 examples of people who have been on my lives and what they did with that. Okay, now, example number 1 is a young lady who said, I forgave my dad that way, and I immediately burst into tears. The second young lady said, I forgave myself that way, and you can forgive yourself. The universe saw what you did or heard what you said too. You're not immune. Yeah, it sees what you do too. So you can say that out loud to the university. She said, I forgave myself, and I immediately burst into tears. The third one was a young man, and he said, I forgave, and I felt my spirit shift. You see? So those two young ladies that burst into tears, immediately burst into tears, and the young man who felt his spirit shift, what happened to them is, like I told y'all earlier, and if you didn't catch what I said earlier, YouTube posts my lives, my replays of my lives, and it blew my mind. TikTok didn't do that. So TikTok, the longest video you can do is 10 minutes. So, and my lives are 90 minutes. YouTube posts the replays of my lives. So now where was I? Yeah, the two young ladies and the young man, the two young ladies immediately burst into tears. The young man felt his spirit shift. The reason why is because, like I said earlier, when you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold resentment and hold grudges against other people, it creates an internal, invisible burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on your entire being. It creates that pressure. You may or may not know that you are carrying it, but you can know in your health if you are on pharmaceuticals and that kind of stuff. So that may be, you may be holding on to some ugliness inside of you, and it's manifesting in your health. Holding on to this ugliness can put you into bad health, for real. For real. Now, hold on. The fourth one, see, I got to remember. So I gave you the three. Now, the fourth example is a girl by the name of Patricia. She had been watching my lives, and I'm always talking about forgiveness, every live that I do. Thank you. So she had been watching my lives, and she had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. You heard that correctly. Okay? She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. She forgave her mother. And that's over 40 years worth of Mother's Days that they didn't spend together. And she forgave her mother. And this past Mother's Day, they spent it together. And she came up as a guest on my live and shared with us what a glorious time they had. And I got so full just knowing that the advice that I share had done that for her and indirectly her mother. So that's a wonderful thing. So you forgive. And the person could have changed it if, I don't give them a chance. Just forgive. But you don't have to put them back in your life, okay? But you must forgive because it'll make your life better, easier. Now, I told y'all I was going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will guide you on your journey to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Here are the words. The first one is joy. I love that because it's the first three letters of my name. Joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. Okay? Those words will help to guide you. Now I'm going to tell y'all something that you probably have never heard before. I'm going to ask you a question. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm not sure if I'm going to ask you a question or if I'm going to. Hold on. I got to put it in my mind. Okay. Okay, I'm here. I got it. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? RATIO. RATIO. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? I'm going to explain what a ratio is, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can use it. But now, nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Therefore, you live your life by a ratio. RATIO. Now, I only want responses that say no, but I'm going to ask you this question. Did you know that you live your life by a ratio? Come on, give me some responses. I'm only looking for responses that state no. Come on. Come on. Ah, good. Oh, I'm wonderful. I got a whole lot of no's. Oh, I don't have to remember that. I know. Okay. Thank you for the sentiment, though. Well, no, Rod. You know, don't let me cause you to say something other than whatever. No, don't do that. Don't compromise yourself. Don't do that. Okay. So now, here is what a ratio is, and I'm going to explain it fully. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. I'm going to repeat it. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. You are in control. Only you set your ratio. Only you can adjust your ratio. If you set it too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it. Now, my ratio, and this will further explain it and make it really, really clear. My ratio is 80-20. Some folks on my lives have chosen 75-25, 60-40, whatever you choose. And 80-20 does not belong to me. Anybody can choose 80-20. What that means is 80% of the time, I am happy being in the positive attitude mode. And 20% of the time, I am okay. I didn't say I was happy. I am okay with being in the negative attitude mode. You see? Now back over to the positive attitude mode. Come on, y'all, share the live. I still have quite a bit of time. I'm going until 5:30, but I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. The title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. And a lot of y'all are making choices and decisions that are making y'all's lives a lot more difficult than they have to be. And the advice that I share through the 4 pillars, and I'm still on pillar number 1, is going to help you to undifficult your life. So now, my ratio is 80-20. As I said, 80% of the time, I am very happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I'm okay, not happy, with being in the negative attitude mode. Now, back over to the positive attitude mode. like I said, nobody can be a positive attitude mode 100% of the time, and nobody can be in a negative attitude mode 100% of the time. Therefore, you live your life by a ratio. Now, my ratio is 80-20. That means that 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. 80% of the time, I do what is fair, what is right, what is honest, what is respectful, what is considerate, what is kind, all of those things. So that's 80% of the time. Now, 20% of the time, you can be in your negative attitude mode, but it cannot include three things. The first thing that it cannot include is no physical abuse. You cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. The second one is no verbal abuse. You cannot cuss people out. You cannot insult people. And the third one is, this one I included thanks to one of my viewers. Her username is Midnight, and she asked me to include tone of voice. And I was happy to do so because it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So the third one is you cannot use an ugly tone of voice with anybody. So as long as those three things are not involved, you can do whatever when you're in your negative attitude mode. Okay? So now, did I explain that clearly? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. YouTube says I have 137 people on here. Come on, give me some responses. Did I explain that clearly? Come on. Yes, Kyle, that's true. Good. Oh, wonderful. Good deal. That's wonderful. Good, wonderful. Okay. Stay there. Stay here, Amber. It's worth it. Okay, good. Now, this is a negative attitude. I'm doing another helpful hand visual. This is a negative attitude. Here's spirit. Here's inner peace. It's coming along. And now, look, it cannot get through. A negative attitude repels inner peace. A negative attitude repels spirit. So here is a positive attitude. Positive attitude. Thank you, Kanal. Here comes inner peace and spirit. You can see what's going to happen. Not only do they get through, they turn and encase your entire being when you have a positive attitude. Positive attitude is required in order for spirit to come to you, in order for you to have inner peace. Now, I've told you about the ratio. I've read the words, the list of words that will help you. Okay, and I told you about the negative attitude. Negative attitude repels inner peace. Negative attitude repels spirit. In the month of June, spirit came to me, as it often does, and said, Joyce, there is such a thing as outer peace. I said, huh? I had never heard of outer peace, but Spirit said that. So inner peace can never be disturbed, can never be destroyed. You must have a positive attitude in order to gain inner peace. Positive attitude. Outer peace can be disturbed. Outer peace can be destroyed. And I give this example every live that I do. I always discuss the 4 pillars. Every live I do, I talk about the 4 pillars, but every live that I do is different, okay? So, outer peace is, for instance, you're trying to study or you're trying to sleep, and somebody either in the same room or downstairs or upstairs or across the street or down the hall, whatever, is making noises that is disturbing your peace, or noises that are disturbing your peace. So in just about every state in the country, probably, every state probably, there's a law on the books for disturbing the peace. You can call the cops on somebody that's disturbing the peace, okay? So, but inner peace can never be disturbed, can never be destroyed. Now, if anybody in your family is, and it's usually people in your family, doing things to disturb your peace, you absolutely must tell them, even including your own mama, if she's doing stuff to disturb your peace. Now, I suggest you handle them this way. You must be kind, you must be diplomatic. You cannot cuss them out. But tell them words like this. You know, I love y'all dearly, but when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. They are not obligated to change their behavior. Remember that. But you're obligated to tell anybody that what they're doing or saying is disturbing your peace. They're not obligated to change. But tell them and then give them enough time that you think that they can change their behavior if they so choose. If they don't, then you are obligated to come back at them and say words to this effect. Now, I told y'all, I love y'all dearly, I really do. But I also told y'all that when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Share the live, y'all. And y'all are still doing it, or y'all are still saying it. That leaves me no choice. And I give y'all 3 examples of what you can say. I have to feed y'all with a long handled spoon. That's number 1. Number 2, I have to feed y'all from a distance, or love y'all from a distance, whatever. And then number 3 is I have to stop coming around y'all. You see? That's it. And if you can come up with another one if you so choose, but you must tell people that they are disturbing your peace if that's what they're doing. Now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace. Now, remember, all of these responses from you or declarations from you take place after you have written your program that says, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Yes. So that raises your frequency, that raises your vibration when you write that program and say it out loud. Now, back to your mama. Here's your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are coming in, getting your peace disturbed. Share the live, y'all. I still got over half an hour, and I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. No religious on my lives, y'all. You will be taken care of accordingly. So now here's your mama disturbing your peace. You tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly. I really do. But when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, some mamas would say, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace. Be that as it may, just leave her alone. That's mama, okay? But now, when you said that out loud, when you wrote that program and you said, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you raised your frequency. You raised your vibration. Your mama's still down here doing it. But now, because you are no longer down here, you are up here on a higher frequency, on a higher vibration. You can look at her behavior and it doesn't bother you. You see? Now, on my lives, people have used the word trigger. They say somebody triggered them. Don't do that to yourself. That makes you like I don't even know what to call it. So you are a willing partner to becoming angry. If somebody can trigger you, don't give anybody that kind of power. You be in control of your own emotions. Don't allow, nobody can make you mad. You choose anger. Nobody can make you hit something with your fist. You choose that. Now, I'm going to say something. Somebody will say, she made me say that, or he made me say that. So, or he made me do that, or he made me kick that tire, or she made me kick that tire. Listen, nobody controls your vocal cords but you. Your lips, anything that it requires for words to come out of your mouth, you control all of that. All of that that's involved, okay? Only you control that. Now, only you control the muscles that allow you to hit somebody or kick something. Only you control those muscles. Do you understand that? Nobody makes you do anything. You see? It is an evil spirit. Anger and all those words that I read to you or to y'all. And like I said, YouTube does replays of my live, so they're still up there. Yes. So, now where was I? They do. Okay, I'm kind of lost now where I was, but I'm always talking about negative attitude versus a positive attitude. Oh, I was talking about nobody controls your muscles and nobody controls your tongue and your vocal cords, but you. Think about that. Nobody can make you angry. And if they can, then you give them that power. Don't do that. Don't allow anybody to have that kind of power. So, now, I'm finished with pillar number 1. I'm going to tell you something. You can change any behavior that you have. You cannot change other people's behaviors. I think that's part of what's wrong with this world, because a lot of people are trying to change a lot of other people's behaviors, especially in relationships. One or the other is trying to change, or sometimes both of them. They're trying to change each other's. No, Golden Garden, I don't deal with no Bible stuff. Nope, no Bible stuff. So don't do that. There's all tons of information on how to write books, all over the internet. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you, you cannot change other people's behaviors. You can only change your own, and that is what's wrong with the world. A lot of us are too busy trying to change the behavior of others. You can't be done. You have enough problems trying to work on yourself. And if you are trying to change another person's behavior, if they're over 18, now these little young kids, you got to do that. You got to corral them. But if they're over 18 and you're trying to change their behavior, it's almost impossible to do that. So when you are trying to change somebody else's behavior, think about the fact that they're looking at you. They may not say anything, but they can rightfully say, why don't you work on yourself? Okay? So yeah, that's what they can rightfully say, because all of us, every last one of us, needs to be working on improving our own self. Are you kind enough? Are you considerate enough? Are you fair enough? Are you dependable enough? All of these things. Work on improving yourself. So now here is the way you write a program to change your own behavior. Hey, Grease. Now I'm going to use a false scenario that I'm going to say, I'm 81. Don't cheat me out of that 1 year, Patty. So you can, here I'm going to write this program for y'all, and you can see, I'm going to show you how you can take this program and put it on any behavior that you want to change in yourself. So now, this is not true, but I'm going to say it so it uses the example that I'm talking about. I eat 12 cookies every day. I don't. I don't want to eat 12 cookies every day. That's the behavior. Okay. Now, here is the program that I write. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. And then the next days, weeks, months come and you're still eating 10 cookies. With my ratio being 80-20, that means 80% of the time I will honor my program and I will eat 10 cookies 80% of the time. A positive attitude is all it takes, is to, a positive attitude. Patty is asking me what I'm doing to stay younger, looking and all that. It's a positive attitude. I'm telling y'all right now, when you have a positive attitude, life shifts, it changes. You don't go around looking for ugly stuff. You are appreciative of the things that you have. And so a positive attitude, I'm just telling y'all what it can do. You need to walk in the shoes of a positive attitude to experience it for yourself. And you just write the program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And you do that. And I gave you some words to help you do that. So, let's see. I don't know where I was. I'm trying to remember now where I was. See, like I said, 80% of that's what I was talking about. 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. Now, that 20% is what I call, thanks, Kyle. You too. Thank you. Cheating room or wiggle room. That just means that 20% of the time, I can go back up to 11 cookies. I can even go up to 12 again. But when I wrote the program, I want to honor the program. Most of the time, 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. You see? It's just that simple. So you can use whatever that example serves for you to put it on another behavior that you're trying to change. I had one young lady on one of my TikTok lives. I don't do my lives anymore on TikTok. I do my lives only here on YouTube, but I still post to TikTok. And so, one young lady, she had an eating disorder. And she put it in a comment. And I posted it on my TikTok page. She put it in the comment and it said, I went from 6 meals a day to 5 to 4, and now I'm at 3 meals a day because of her advice, talking about the advice that I share. So, yes, but now, when y'all write these paragraphs, like the Shelster said, and like Kyle was saying too, when y'all write these paragraphs, I don't read them, y'all, because I am busy looking up here. I see them coming in, but once in a while, I will take a few seconds and look down at comments, okay, and I can read them. But in most cases, 90% of the time, I don't have time to respond to these long comments and stuff, So I only got 90 minutes, y'all, to share the 4 pillars of advice. So now that's pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude, and you can do that any minute of your life. Pillar number 2 is increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how to increase your level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. Now, if you're raising toddlers, 2- and 3-year-olds, you'll want to know this. When that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Still using the timer, stretch it to 10 minutes. All the way up to an hour, doing that 5 minutes several times, 10 minutes several times, 15 minutes several times, all the way up to an hour, like I said. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Now, Spirit came to me and told me, Joyce, you can tell your, oh, yeah, I'm going to tell you something about that too. Stay tuned. You can tell your viewers how they can teach themselves how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. So some of you would be interested in knowing that. So it's going to require a piece of paper and something to write with. So I'm going to drink some of my tea and count to 10, give you 10 seconds to get something to write with if you don't already have it. But I'll be back and tell you what the exercise is. It's a fun exercise. It's cute. Excuse me. Okay. Get on that piece of paper, write down the time it is right now, whatever time zone you're in. Put the paper away, and some point later, doesn't matter how much time passed, try to guess the time it is at that point. And do that several times during the day. You know, I do it all the time in my head. I don't need any tools to do it, you know. So do that several times a day, and you will be teaching yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, where you just try to guess what time it is. When some time has gone past, you try to guess what time it is. What that does is it zooms you into the passage of time. You will start to feel the time passing. Okay, so you think you can use that exercise? Come on, give me some responses. YouTube says I have 100 people on here. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Please share the live, too. I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Can you use that exercise to feel elapsed time, to teach you how to feel elapsed time? Come on, y'all. Give me some responses. Good, good. Yes. Wonderful. So do that, and then it'll become a habit with you. And then another thing is try, if you wake up before the alarm goes off, if you use an alarm clock, try to guess what time it is when you wake up, you know. So I do it all the time. So now, if you are raising toddlers, I highly recommend this book, Mother's Dozen, An Easy Recipe for Raising Great Kids. I had it translated into Spanish, Madre Docena. I don't speak Spanish, so I can't say the rest of the title. But this book, Mother's Dozen, An Easy Recipe for Raising Great Kids, it's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com, or I have something for teenagers too. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. For real. I'm going to read you the late Reverend Cecil L. Murray, who's the senior pastor of Fame Church out here in L.A. Me and Pap live right outside of Pasadena, California. He wrote the foreword for this book. And I'm just going to read you the first paragraph of Reverend Murray's foreword. Mother's Dozen is a handbook of excellence in raising children. It systematizes the rules passed from generation to generation regarding preparing children for the world to come. Now, I wrote this book in 2003. And parents, where I just watched mothers with their children, mothers are being held hostage to the tempers of their toddlers. That's what I said. And it's just crazy. A spoiled child is not of his or her own making. That's one of the quotes in one of the books that I wrote. So if you got a toddler that is not behaving like you want that toddler to behave, that's your fault. But now I wrote this book for people who are raising toddlers, 2, 3, 4 years old. And I don't know if 4 would be considered a toddler, but and to turn them around. This book will help you to turn your toddlers around. Now, I wrote it for toddlers. And one of my viewers, her username is cat724, and she bought it and read it, and she says that it's good for turning kids around up to the age of 7 or 8, because you got to you got to you got to stop them while they're on stopping ground. You don't do a whole lot of stuff that people are doing with these kids nowadays. Don't do that. The job of a parent is to raise kids that can stand on their own 2 feet independently. Okay? That is what you're supposed to be doing. And you give them kids chores. Like when a toddler is crawling and learns how to crawl, they can pick up their own toys. Crawl to pick them up, crawl to put them away. Don't be cleaning up after your toddler. Hell no. Okay, if you clean up after them, you're going to be cleaning up after them when they're 20. Okay, so enough of that. Thank you. So now, this book, now I'm an author as well. So go to goodshortbooks.com. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books there, y'all, in 9 different genres. And the genres are memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales. My fairy tale is nonfiction because it deals with a very serious subject. Bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. 9 different genres. 11 books. My sister wrote 1 and I wrote 10. She wrote a memoir, and her book is entitled My 15 Dogs, a 55-year journey of love. It's 59 pages, and it's all about the adventures and escapades that she has had with all the dogs in her life. She has 1 right now. I call us the senior sibling authors. Her name is Anita Jones. She's 76 years old, and I'm Joyce Fields, and I'm 81 years old. So, senior sibling authors. And then my book is also, the very first book that I wrote is also, a memoir, and it's entitled Line of Serenity. And this book is all about the way that our parents raised us. There was never any sibling rivalry among us. I'm 81 years old. I was born in 1944. The book starts in 1944, and it goes to 1977. That's the year our mother became an angel. It's 167 pages. It's $12.99 at goodshortbooks.com. If you like memoirs, you will absolutely love this book. It has 22 pages of pictures, because I have pictures of some of the people I talk about in the book, and 22 pages of my own recipes. 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. Yes, so those are the memoirs. One of these times I'm just going to talk about the books, all of them. But at any rate, so now go to goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Oh, the books, all of them are in the on the website, goodshortbooks.com. So now, if you are 10 years old, I already told you how to teach a toddler patience. Don't do that, Christy, my piece. I don't do religion, so I'm going to time you out myself. I'm going to put you in timeout. Now, if you come back in, I'm going to put you in timeout for a minute. If you come back in talking about that Jesus stuff or that Bible stuff, you will be removed. Okay. No, I don't know how to help teens with depression. But I do have, I'm going to talk about that on my next live. The Vision, telling kids that they can make the world a better place. This book here. It's, I can't remember how many pages. 48 pages. 48 pages. It's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com. This book has a contract in it, or two contracts in it, for teenagers up to maybe like 16, like a junior in high school that isn't performing well as they could academically or behaviorally. This book, The Vision, telling kids that they can make the world a better place. It has contracts in it. The teenagers can decide on what day they're going to change their behavior. You can't make anybody change their behavior, but this book gives them a tool to save face. So they decide on what day they'll, I'll buy it. I'm 20. Okay, that's fine. But it's good for any kids that you have in your family that are not performing as well as they could. But it has, here's the contract. Here's the contract. They even got a blue ribbon. Okay? So, now, back to, you can teach yourself patience if you're 10 years old or older. How do you do that? You write a program. You say it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am learning how to increase my level of patience. Say it out loud. Especially if it's something that you are fiending for. Especially if it's something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for. Make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that's fabulous, wonderful, because it tells you that you're in control. All you have to do is challenge yourself, you see? Well, you see, that word want, that's not a good word. It can lead you into real shaky areas because you want things, so think about that. You say you want certain things, so what happens if you don't get them? That's the kind of, so it all depends on what the universe has in store for you. So if you want those things, what are you going to do to get them? Yeah, there's a lot more involved in all of this than just the superficial stuff. So now, 10 years old or older, I told you how you increased your level of patience. Okay, pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is so much power in your ability to stay calm. Stay calm. You lose that power when you become angry or frustrated. And a lot of times you can feel yourself losing that power because you start blubbering. You start not even making sense. You're screaming and howling. You just, you lose power. You're just fizzling and bluster, but fizzling with bluster. Okay, does that make sense? Thanks for the subscriptions, y'all. It's free. Just like sharing this live is free. It doesn't cost you anything to share this live. And I would love to be able to share what I'm talking about, the advice that I'm sharing with a whole lot more people. So now, stay calm. In pillar number 3, this is the helpful hand visual the Spirit gave me. I was talking about staying calm as opposed to getting angry. Spirit gave me this helpful hand visual in one of my lives, TikTok lives this year. This is when you are calm, your neurons, the neurons are part of your brain. Your neurons are calm and they're communicating with each other and all of that. The books are at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Thank you for your interest. I truly appreciate it. The books will delight you. They will inspire you. They will entertain you. They will encourage you. They will motivate you. The books are really good, if I do say so myself, okay? And they're short. The longest book we have is The Line of Serenity, 167 pages, which also includes 22 pages of pictures and 22 pages of my own recipes. So what is that? Like, I think it's 123 pages of text. So, but now here's back to the neurons. See, I remember where I was. So the neurons, when you are calm, this is what they're doing. Yes, I wrote them. There are 11 at goodshortbooks.com. My sister wrote one and I wrote 10. So this is what your neurons are doing when you are calm. Spirit gave me that a healthy hand visual. Spirit also gave me this one. When you are angry, this is what your neurons are doing. You see? Now, Spirit came back to me and told me to look up what neurons do. I said, oh my goodness, it just tripped me right out because here's my hand. Spirit came back to me that same night, and told me to look up what neurons do. So I looked it up. I Googled it. This is what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. So that is when you are angry, your neurons are just going nuts. Okay, so now stay calm. Stay calm. Okay, you're gone. You are gone. And okay, so this is your calmness, what your neurons are doing. Okay? Don't do this. Don't let them do this. So the next time you start to get angry, think about what your neurons are doing. Stay calm. Now, pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever ugliness is inside of you. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Nothing in life is permanent. No scenario is permanent. No situation is permanent. We even use the word pass when we're talking about death. Oh, thank you. You're very welcome. We'll say he passed last year. She passed yesterday. You see? So nothing is permanent in life. So the next time your mama is chewing you out or the next time your daddy is chewing you out, they cannot read your mind. I'm going to repeat that. They cannot read your mind. Stand there or sit there and getting chewed out, but be thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't going to be fussing at me forever. This too shall pass. He ain't going to be fussing at me forever. You see? It'll make it easier for you to get through it. And any ugliness that's going through you, when you say those words, this too shall pass, it'll make it easier for you to get through it. Thanks for the wish. So those are the 4 pillars, y'all. I hope that a lot of y'all will incorporate them into your life. Undifficult your life with these 4 pillars of advice that I share. And I share them not every single night, Monday through Friday, okay? So at 4 a.m. Pacific time, spread the word for me. I appreciate y'all coming on my live, and I'm getting ready to close it down. And I always close it down with this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. So I want y'all to, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude, and I told you exactly how you do it. You do it by writing a program, and you write a program by saying it out loud. That's where they are on Amazon. When you go to goodshortbooks.com, all 11 of the books are there. When you click on the ones that you want, it'll take you into Amazon. The website is beautiful. It was professionally done. We didn't do it ourselves. It was professionally done. The website is really beautiful. And there are also 3 free downloads on the website. My Skin, Your Skin, which encourages children to not be racist. The Anti-Bullying Pledge, which encourages children to not be a bully. And there's a free ebook, three free downloads at goodshortbooks.com. There's a free ebook, 42-page ebook, and I wrote that one. It's funny. Kids are really funny. That's what the title of it is. So now the pillar number 1, just say this program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, okay? That's the way you develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your own level of patience. I told you exactly how to do that. I also told you how you teach patience to a toddler. Then pillar number 3 is stay calm. There is power in your calmness. Don't let your neurons go crazy. Think about what your neurons are doing when you are upset. Think about that. And then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, or whatever. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. Okay? Now this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By, it's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile, y'all. And it's 167 quotes that I coined. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. And that quote states, never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. 9th graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. Never lose your hope and faith. I didn't know I was coining a quote, and I don't remember saying it, but it's documented. Now, this quote I'm going to read to y'all, I do remember saying it. I did know that I was coining a quote. This was for a quote contest for a calendar, so they needed 12 quotes. I coined this quote and submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries. Over 5,000 entries. Yes, it's never lose your hope and faith. I have that on my TikTok page too. Never lose your hope and faith. So now here is the quote that I coined for the contest, and it won as one of 12 out of over 5,000 entries. I posted to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. So here is the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's dream. Chase your dream. Now, the book is formatted. It's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. Formatted is 2 quotes per page. The quotes are in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. Okay? So now, this book is 90 pages. Like I said, it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. This is what's on page 90, the end. I'm going to open up the floor, and y'all can shout out page numbers, and I will read the 2 pages. I will read the 2 quotes on that page. Now, for y'all's information, page 11 is the page number for It's Better to Die Chasing a Dream Never Caught. So that's on page 11. So don't call out page 11 unless you want me to repeat it. So now open up the floor, pages 6 to 89, y'all, and if y'all enjoyed this live that I'm doing, if y'all like this live, if y'all got something from it, do a video or a post and tag me or mention me or whatever the word would be and tell people what you got out of the live, what you got out of the advice that I share, and how you're going to plan to use it. So do that. Spread the word. Come on, y'all, give me some page numbers. I'll read the 2 quotes on the page. Are you going to give me some page numbers? All right, page 81 for Gloria. 81. At the top of page 81. Oh, that's wonderful. When you're in the hospital, be nice to the nurses. Okay. At the bottom of page 81, God made flowers in different colors, just like people. We're all beautiful. Can y'all live by those quotes? Come on, give me some more page numbers, y'all. I'm gonna stay on here until 5:40, so I still got another 3 or 4 minutes. Say, okay. Wonderful. Oh yeah, I see you say RN. Yeah, but I don't understand why people are going to the hospital and be mean to the nurses. That's stupidity. I'm always nice to nurses. I love nurses. I wanted to be a nurse when I was a little girl, but then I learned that nurses got sick. I thought I wanted to be a nurse because I didn't want to get sick. Because that's a little girl. All right, page 26 for sunflower. At the top of page 26, don't leave God out of your life plan. At the bottom of page 26, you don't work for others. You report to them. You work for yourself and your own reasons. People don't work for you. They report to you. They work for themselves and their own reasons. Can you live by those quotes? Yeah, that's what I used to think. Can y'all live by those quotes? Come on, give me some more page numbers. That's good. Yeah. Okay, good. You can use those quotes. Any more page numbers, y'all? I still got a few more minutes here. I hope that y'all will incorporate these pillars into your life. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Kunal wants page 9. Increase your level of patience. Stay calm. And remember, this too shall pass. At the top of page 9, under the skin, we are all the same. So what's the fuss? At the bottom of page 9, if you're involved in a mess, look at yourself first. Can y'all live by those quotes? My simple quotes to live by, 167 quotes that I coined. Any more page numbers, y'all? Again, if you enjoyed this live and got something from it, you can do a video or a post and tell people what you got from it. Okay? Okay, I'm not getting any more page numbers, y'all. So I'm hoping that y'all will make it a great weekend. And thank you very much for joining my lives. And I hope you got something out of it. And I hope you will spread the word. Make a great weekend, y'all. Thanks for joining. Later. Oh, wonderful. Great, y'all. Okay. I'm out.